I have been trying to struggle on this kind of research because being a technologist for 40 years, I'm always struggling with myself is that now today we talk about AI. 40 years ago, we talk about computer machinery, and 200 years ago, talk about industrial revolution and how industrial revolution has replaced many, many jobs, right? And so I'm the kind of thing from the management perspective, what are we adding that is path-breaking in terms of theory, right? In terms of, we can talk about nuclear energy, or ecosystems, or industrial revolution. What are we adding? Because it had the same issues of power, asymmetry, inequality, loss of status, loss of identity. All these problems have been relevant to the industrial revolution and the introduction of the machine. And since then, right? So we're thinking, what can, and I think I kind of follow with Jung, so what can we add in terms of path-breaking research in management that would directly, increasing what they call the welfare of humanity? Because I think that increasing the welfare of humanity is what I think, in my own ethical perspective, would create that meaning that we are all striving for.
Thank you so much. That's a very important question. Paul, come on. I'm not gonna take this.
Well, obviously, here is the answer. No, it's a great question, and my fumbling around for an answer here will be, I guess, as follows: that every new technology that I think we've studied since at least the introduction of loom technology and textile weaving, right, in the 16th century, has shown that some kind of capabilities that are provided by tools change how we think about what we do and how we do what we do. And some of the technologies that we have used since that time period have been more revolutionary than others in changing the kind of work we do and the meaning that we ascribe to it. Others have been less, but in almost every case, there's some kind of change that happens. And I don't know if we as a organization studies management discipline are going to be able to develop an insight that is as important as nuclear technology, as you mentioned. But I think what we can do is try to understand each subsequent development of technology and its effect on work, to understand in this time and place, how do we make people's experience doing the work that they do, which occupies the majority of time that they spend on this in this world, right, better for them? And if we can understand how technologies are shaping the way that people do their work, we can be more thoughtful in designing the kind of work that we want. And my biggest fear is that when we let our colleagues in engineering or the design sciences, right, decide that there's an optimal way to do task X, and so we'll build a tool to do that without understanding the system into which that tool is put, that we don't make the right decisions for people, because we don't understand how people and tools come to co-evolve in the system together. And so my hope is that with each of the kinds of studies that, like you saw presented today, and the ones that many of you in this room do, that for this time and place, we move a little bit closer to figuring out how do we design our technologies, but also our organizations in ways that help people be happy and be productive and find meaning in what they do. And I think that's a lot if we can do that.